All right, we'll get started here with Nebraska women's basketball coach Amy Williams. Coach Williams, if you'd like to make an opening statement and then take questions.
Okay, we're very excited to take care of business on our home court, and we know that any win in the Big Ten is a good quality win. We are a little disappointed and wish we could have put together a full 40 minutes, and really once we got up, I think maybe 26 there at one point, and then maybe didn't take care of things. They got themselves to the free throw line way too much in the fourth quarter, and so obviously them shooting 29 free throws and us giving up 18 offensive rebounds are the areas that the coach will focus on to try to improve before our next ball game. But still a very good win and very balanced scoring from our team. I thought one of our more complete offensive games with 20 assists and 9 turnovers. That's a really key thing for our team to be able to share the basketball like that, and so that's something that we're proud of.
All right, we'll start things off for Coach Williams with a question from Derek Peterson from Hale Varsity.
Amy, congrats on the win. It's got to be nice to have a game like this after all of the grinded out kind of dogfights that you've had of late. You talked about being stressed at the end with wanting them to close it out, but is that a different kind of stress than it is when you're in a one possession game late?
Yeah, it absolutely, most definitely is. And, right now, while we're kind of in the position where we're trying to work a few new players into kind of rotation and take a peek at things like it, a game like this today kind of allowed us to do that, and partially because Wisconsin does, they can come at you with a lot of different lineups, and they'll play a big lineup, and then the next thing you know, they're small and they've got all these shooters out there, and so it's kind of a unique chess match, but opportunity for us to kind of work through some of that stuff, and give some players opportunities to try to work in, and hopefully we tried as much as we could. I still see Sammy had 32 minutes and Bella had 32 minutes, but I guess that's better than 38 or 40.
Next question from Jacob Vanderford from Huskers Illustrated.
Hey, Coach. Wanted to ask you about Bella and Kate. So they both had double-doubles tonight. And really efficient with both shooting around 70% from the court. Wanted to ask you, what impressed you most about their performances tonight?
I think what impressed me the most is that they both took great shots. They both were shot ready. They both had opportunities when they caught it facing the basket, and they were not hesitating. They were pulling those shots with confidence. They did some good things with their back to the basket. I think both of them are going to point to the 3 offensive rebounds that each of their defensive assignments kind of came away with, but to both come away with double-doubles, I think it shows that they're contributing on both ends of the court. They both had multiple block shots. They both, are really doing a lot of things for our team, both on the offensive and defensive end.
Next question, Shane Gilster, Huskers Illustrated.
Say, Coach, what's your plans for Kendall Coleman? She had about 2 minutes or so tonight. What did you think of her effort tonight, and going forward, what do you foresee her doing? Maybe more minutes upcoming?
Yeah, I'm hopeful that she can just get more and more comfortable. When you think about it, Shane, Kendall has been in less than 1 week of practice. I was counting today. I think we have something like 60 offensive sets in as a team right now. So to think or expect that a kid coming straight out of high school is going to come in less than 1 week of practice time, be able to learn that type of offense and system and what her defensive responsibilities are, and every game we're changing and mixing up what our plan is defensively, and so I'm incredibly proud of the growth and progress and that she's already shown in less than I think it's total of maybe 4 practices or something, 3 or 4 practices, 2 warm-ups and a couple game minutes today. So I think she's showing great growth, and I think that here shortly it will be a situation where she's picked up the kind of small package of things that we want her to learn, and now she's playing Kendall Coleman within our system and really just being aggressive and thinking about ways that she can use her talents to score within the frame. But right now, her head is swirling, trying to just be in the right places at the right times for her teammates.
Next question, Kelsey Casper, KLKN TV.
Hi, Coach. McCole Caton didn't score tonight, but she still got a decent amount of minutes. What are you most impressed with her play, and where do you see her contributing the most?
I was most impressed with Cole's 4 assists. I thought she made some good passes, particularly kind of one against the zone up over the top to Kane, and that was a good bucket for our team. But I think Cole, she understands, how to be deceptive, utilize pass fakes. She sees the floor and reads the floor. And then the biggest thing, right now is we're just asking her as she's kind of easing back into things to be a solid defender, be fairly disruptive on the ball handlers. And I thought, a couple times she didn't necessarily maybe come away with a steal, but she would tie the ball up. And I see she did have 1 steal in the ball game, but just to be that kind of solid defender and good passer.
Next question from Chris Basnet from the Lincoln Journal-Star.
Hey, Amy, did you think or expect you guys to be able to shoot as well as you did tonight, or what led to the success in the offensive end for you guys, you think?
Yeah, I thought that we got good shots. I didn't think we particularly shot the ball well from behind the arc. I think in the first half, fortunately, Sammy was able to hit a couple of threes when they went underneath ball screen action, and that kind of opened the lid a little bit in that sense for us. And then we had a spark from Whit Brown when she came in the game there in the second half from behind the arc. But I thought that some of the other shots and field goal percentage and 5 people in double figures was just because we were willing to move the basketball, really go inside, outside, really look to attack. We got great shots. We were shot ready, and we had that balanced scoring, and that's really important. And so I'm proud of that.
Kevin Suits, 10-11.
Amy, I was going to ask about that. You have 5 players in double figures tonight. What does that say? And Sam had 18 in the first half alone. What does that say about your team and the weapons that you have, and being able to take control of a game like this and be able to press to the finish line?
Yeah, I feel really good about that. I think that we have really tried to emphasize with our team in team meetings and just keep that at the forefront of what we've got going, is that we're special when we have lots of people contributing and people stepping up and doing their thing. I think one of the benefits of us being a little shorthanded as far as the rotation goes has been everybody knows that, hey, I'm going to have to contribute. And we've kind of taken that approach. I think mentally everybody has done that at certain times, and that's built confidence in everybody to know that I can come in here and be a contributing factor for us both ends of the court.
Abby Barmore, Omaha World Herald.
Hi, Amy. So you guys were really able to unleash offensively tonight. How do you plan on building on this offensive performance going on to the rest of the season?
Well, I think, the biggest thing, Abby, we've really just tried to focus on, we now have a week before we play again, and we want to make growth in that stretch. And we know that right now is time of year where it's easy to fall into kind of fatigue and routine, and, but we need to be different than that. And we need to be focused on growth mindset. How can I get 1% better? We'll spend some time really watching film and breaking down individually to try to show each one of our players that, maybe this is how you can just eliminate 1 turnover, or this is how you could, maybe get one better shot than, what we got. And I think if we can just continue to have that growth mindset, that will really help.
Thomas Cotto, Daily Nebraskan.
Yeah, so Coach, well, these last 4 weeks have been rather impressive for your team. You guys came off the 3-game losing streak with the win against Northwestern, and then you continued that with the win against Michigan State and Ohio State. But of course, you also had a bump with the loss to Michigan and Minnesota, and now you're entering the final month of the regular season. So your team has won against ranked teams, but you also have lost against teams who are not in the top half of the Big Ten Conference. So what do you think needs to be done in order to enter this final month of the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just we know that in the Big Ten, every single game is a dogfight. And there's going to be some ranked opponents in there. There's going to be some, quote unquote bottom half teams, but we know every single game is going to be a dogfight. And so we're just going to take one game at a time. Try to continue to get better and be the best version of ourselves, stay locked in, find ways to continue to improve. And we're not going to get too bogged down with, wins, losses, rankings, where standings, any of that stuff. Just keep our focus on the next game, trying to be the best that we can be.
Derek Peterson, Hale Varsity.
Yeah, you talk about balanced scoring. You had 5 players in double figures tonight, but still Sam Hyder had 20 for the 3rd game in a row. Can you just talk about the way that she's playing offensively right now? Is she getting her offense within kind of the framework of what you want to do globally? Like, how is she playing right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that Sam's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and she's become pretty difficult to defend because if you do this, then she can do this. If you do this, then she can do this. But, I think the biggest thing that just catches my eye about her game tonight is obviously, she get herself to the free throw line when we need her to. She, finds ways to hit big shots and make threes when nobody else is really making threes or, whatever it might be. But it's the 5 assists and no turnovers for me tonight that I just think, she really controls things, the tempo. There's just a confidence and air of kind of a peace with, with the rest of our team when she's out there just controlling things and being a good leader for us.
Last question from Jacob Vanderford from Huskers Illustrated.
What did you think of Ruby Porter's play tonight? Last game she scored 11 points, a career high, and now she tops that with 12. What do you think of her play? And just kind of talk about her confidence and how that's risen this season.
Yeah, I thought Ruby was way more aggressive offensively than what she kind of has been. And I thought, she hit her first 5 shots, I think, and maybe missed her next 5. But the fact is that she stayed confident and aggressive. And I think that stems from she's been putting in a lot of work. She's been coming in. Coach Love and Ruby have spent a lot of time outside of practice, just getting in the gym, working on footwork, working on things. And because of that, the game is starting to slow down a little bit for her. And for somebody who plays, she plays hard. She plays with a motor. She goes, and so at times, sometimes just a little sped up. And I think as she's starting to get more and more comfortable with things, then things are slowing down for her. She's making slightly better decisions, yet staying aggressive offensively.
All right, we'll let Coach Williams go, and we'll have Kate Kane up next.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we'll continue on here with Nebraska senior center Kate